Welcome students to the second lecture within the lecture series about environmental regulations, in which we will be focused on the second international level based on objectives of sustainable logistics and policy measures. Looking into the objectives of sustainable logistics, these are mainly based on the triple bottom line perspective published in the Brundtland report, and considers the improvement of efficiency during distribution, the minimization of congestion, improvement in the use of transport infrastructure, minimization of pollution, hence GHG emissions, management of pressure on the landscape and the nature, the reduction of noise, but also to reduce health effects and accidents. As you see, all these objectives highlight to decrease the environmental impact of transport logistics previously presented during one of the lectures. If we look into the policy measures applied by authorities, at first we have taxation, such as fuel taxes, vehicle exercise duty fees, and road user charges tolls, like we have here in Gothenburg. We also have financial incentives, which basically is that authorities support capital investment in greener transport modes, such as electric cars. We also have regulations regarding vehicle design and operation, and liberalization and privatization of freight markets. Thus, rail companies can compete with truck operators, and which implies that the environmental impact of transport is reduced, as well as actors in the shipping industry compete with actors in the air freight industry, which also decrease the amount of emissions released related to transport. Other policy measures are management of national enterprises, which implies that governmental authorities can actually have a direct influence on the environmental performance of freight business based on regulations, but also the planning and the use of infrastructure due to construction and management of transport networks, such as terminals, but also abilities to access vehicles. And finally, advice and exhortation. The authorities can actually identify and promote best practice for the industry, just as also highlighted during the lecture by Thomas Östlund from region Västra Götaland. If you look further into the relationship between freight transport parameters and policy measures, we can actually see that there are several links. For example, government or policy measures regarding land use and planning will have an effect on the abilities to split goods between different modes, i.e. freight modal split. Road pricing, for example, will have not only will have an effect on freight modal split, but also the abilities to reduce congestion. And regulations related to emissions from vehicles will of course have an impact on the CO2 intensity of energy source used for transport. By this, the second lecture ends. Thank you.